Were you born to shadow magic, readily embracing its darkness? Or did you instead seek it out, forging despicable pacts with inscrutable beings? Either way, I believe you'll find yourself intrigued by the items in today's video. Hi everyone, I'm Jessica from Guiding Bolt Gaming. Today, I'll be sharing 5 magical items that have been wrought from shadow. Lucky for you, wielding one of these relics of the night will not require sacrifice of your soul, but don't be surprised if you experience some changes, like wounds that are slow to heal, a pale countenance with bruised-looking eyes, maybe lights now flicker when you enter the room, or perhaps children begin to cry in your presence. And if you find yourself being drawn towards the darkness, well, don't say I didn't warn you. The first item on our list is the Mask of Fear. This mask is little more than a carefully preserved skull featuring black runes covering the stark white surface. The skull is fitted with metal joints and straps, allowing it to fit over the wearer's head. The mask is imbued with fear magic. When the wearer suffers damage from a melee attack, red light flares within the mask's eye sockets. The attacker suffers waves of panic and fear, compelling them 5 feet away from the mask. Blackguards and rogues favor the mask since it forces attackers away, leaving a clear route for maneuvering or escaping. Up next is the Haunted Armor. At first glance, the suit of armor appears normal, but there's a strange, disquieting presence about it. The Haunted Armor was once worn by a warrior who fell in battle. The lingering aura of their death was altered by subtle rituals to allow the new owner of the armor to avoid the same fate. It grants a +2 bonus to death saving throws. This bonus increases by 1 for each failed throw that occurs during the same encounter. Avoiding death comes at a price though. Wearers of the Haunted Armor can hear whispers of the prior owner and can sometimes feel a cold, clammy feeling rushing over them. If left unwatched, a suit of haunted armor may rearrange itself as if some unseen creature was prepping to don it. Further yet, the damage caused to the armor by the original killing wound remains, and sometimes fresh blood drips from the puncture wound in the armor. If you think the Haunted Armor is pretty sweet, but don't fancy the side effects, then you may want to check out the Ebon Gauntlets. These metal gauntlets are crafted from the armor worn by destroyed wights, death knights, or similar undead creatures. The black metal gauntlets are covered with small metal studs on the inner palm. Touching the studs causes a faint sense of nausea to course through you. A creature that fails their escape attempt after being grappled by the wearer of the Ebon Gauntlets suffers 5 necrotic damage, while the wearer regains 5 hit points. The fourth item on today's list is the Shadow Box. This plain teakwood box is covered with elaborate sigils that seem to have been burned into its surface. Occasionally, the sigils appear to dance and move like shadows cast by a campfire. The Shadow Box is able to capture a sliver of a creature's shadow essence. When activated, that sliver reaches out from the box across the shadowy ether to pull its owner through the planar firmament and back into the box. As such, as long as someone has a willing accomplice able to protect and activate the box, the owner attuned to the Shadow Box cannot be contained by any prison. The Shadow Box can only be activated once daily, can only be attuned to one individual at a time, and the transportation only works if the creature is on the same plane as the box. The final item on today's list is probably one of the darkest items, and that's the Shade Weapon. The Shade Weapon is crafted from gleaming black metal, but is essentially comprised of pure shadow energy. When the weapon is used to defeat an enemy, it draws in a slice of the victim's soul and transforms it into a shade animated by shadow magic. While held within the weapon, the scrap of soul is visible as streaks of white powder that sometimes dance along the weapon's blade, taking on the passing form of shrieking faces and writhing figures. During combat, the Shade Weapon grants +1 to both attack and damage rolls at level 5, +2 at level 10, 3 at 15, and +4 at level 20. If the shade weapon delivers a killing blow during combat, you conjure a medium shade in the square adjacent to the slain victim. The shade lasts until it is destroyed or combat ends. The shade can be commanded as a bonus action and has a movement speed of 25 feet. The shade can be attacked, all of its defenses are 10, and it has no hit points, but will be destroyed if dealt any damage. As a bonus action, you can choose to explode all the shade creatures that were created by the shade weapon, causing any creature within 5 feet or 1 or more shades to take 5 necrotic damage or 10 necrotic damage at level 15 or higher. And that does it for today. Are the tendrils of darkness reaching out to tempt you yet? What was your favorite item on today's list? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, we appreciate you stopping by to watch our content. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to ensure you don't miss out on any of the tabletop content we post. Until next time, may the dice odds be in your favor.